You're watching H&L. I'm Ursula and we are speaking to Melissa Lainn about finding your confident voice. So confidence is a lot about your inner story and your inner mindset, belief systems. You spoke about patterns. What are the limiting beliefs that you perhaps are currently dealing with? Because we are evolving beings.
Yeah, I love the way that you phrased that question, because it never ends. It never ends. You can always do more and be more and grow more and experience more in this world. But I think one of the limiting beliefs that I'm working on, not really, but I'm changing the pattern, is to believe that I need to work really, really hard to attain the level of success that I want to experience.
Snap!
Exactly, because I grew up with adults in my life that gave up their health, gave up their relationships, gave up time with me, gave up time with people they loved, didn't travel enough, didn't experience enough of this world because they wanted to do hard work, which is really noble in a sense. But I think that this generation has an opportunity to change that narrative, to say we'll work when we need to work, and then we are going to play when we need to play, and that you can have both success and a fulfilling life. And so what I do then is I surround myself with a lot of mentors, and I look at people who have what I want, and I learn from them, and I immerse myself in their world to see how do they think when it comes to success, how do they go about creating a lot of abundance in their life, a lot of fulfillment, and work hard, but it doesn't overtake them. They're not sacrificing things like health and time with family, etc., etc.
Where do you find these mentors?
Oh, I love self-development, spirituality, anything. And if I always think it's that cliche of when the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you're in that zone where you want to learn something, something will pop up, even if it's just your device listening to you speaking, and then it'll pop up the book or whatever. But that's always my joke. But I think the self-development, like you can just go into any bookstore. There are so many strategies out there when it comes to your health, when it comes to abundance, business, whatever. So many strategies. But what you need to look at is your mindset. Why aren't you taking advantage of it? Why aren't you applying what you learned in that podcast, applying what you learned at that seminar? Why does it fade over 3 months? It doesn't need to. That can become a part of who you are if you learn how to make it so, if you change that pattern.
I just have to share a story, because this is, like I told you, you're a mirror to me right now. I've always had this belief and said that for auditions, for work, for attaining clients, that I get 10% back. So for 100 auditions that I go to, I'll book 10% of those jobs. So I always feel like this, I give that much, then I get that much back. And I said it to a friend the other day, and I said to her, oh, I must probably manifesting something really, really not good in my life.
Yeah.
And she showed the mirror to me. She said, why can't you say that if you give 100%, you get 100%?
Yes.
Why must you only get 10%
And it's
out of
a
what
narrative I know the music industry taught me the same thing. 100 auditions, you'll get 10.
Yeah.
And it's this mindset that we just buy into. So the best thing that you can ask yourself is what you did. Why? Just shine that light up awareness on it and say, but why am I thinking this? And does it serve me and the person who I want to become or be at this moment? Yeah.
Yes. And perhaps somebody else is watching going, oh, that was me too. Or maybe is that you? Melissa, time for my favorite question. What does confidence look and feel like to you?
Oh, Ursula
Yeah,
in the
man.
dictionary. No, but really, I feel that way. I'm always surprised when people say, oh, but you're such a confident person, because I think for most of my life, I didn't feel confident. So I think there are two things. Keeping promises to myself makes me confident, and it makes people confident in who they are, and it reflects in their energy and how they show up in this world. And then secondly, absolutely not thinking about myself. In this moment, if I look confident to you, it's because I'm really trying to be present in this moment with what you're saying. I'm not thinking about how am I looking and what are people thinking and, oh my goodness, am I going to stumble over a word which will make me stumble over the word. I'm present and really focused on you and maybe serving the people who are listening. So I think that resonates as confidence, but I would really say keeping those promises to yourself makes such a big difference. Those small ones, I'm going to wake up at 5. I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to get to the gym. I'm going to make that phone call that I don't want to make. And actually doing it, those things create confidence.
And show myself that I can be this person.
You can trust yourself.
Yes.
That's the best. If you can bet on yourself like Beyonce does, that is where she gets her Beyonce-ness. And that's why her name is what it is today, I think. It's because she bets on herself, and it starts there.
So we don't have to self-sabotage.
No. I think self-sabotage is a really interesting thing, because I learned from one of my mentors that self-sabotage can be you not resonating with what you want to manifest yet. You're just not ready yet. And sometimes we think it's the world outside that should change, but sometimes we need to learn a new skill, or we need to change a pattern, or we need to work on our mindset, and then we'll be ready. It's not always the outside environment. So self-sabotage is a funny thing. Could be your limiting belief, but then you might need to change it. Or it could be that you just don't have the skill yet. And maybe you need a little bit more time and a little bit more work, and that's fine too.
So it's all about tapping into that resonance. I love how much Melissa's speaking about elements of the voice. Melissa, we've come to the end of our show. It has been such an honor to have you. Where can people connect with you? What projects are you working on that we can keep an eye out for? Please share.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm rebranding my entire business, going to be focusing on a couple of new elements in the health and wellness field still. So looking at nourishing yourself consciously. So my website will be the best place. It's melissalainn.com. My Instagram handle is Melissa Lainn Wellness, but that might change. But I'll always be Melissa Lainn wherever. And I'm going to be releasing a bunch of new things in 2023. So I'm very excited about that. And until then, Lifecraft. I have got amazing guests like Ursula on Lifecraft, which are going to share their stories so that you can learn from other people's journeys. And I'll be sharing a little bit of my own journey there every now and again too. So that is the best place to just really keep in touch. And find me on social media. Be social on social media. Connect, DM, send me an email. I love getting to know people. It's the best, yeah.
So there's a challenge for you. Go connect with Melissa and watch her show up and connect back with you. It was so lovely to have you on the show. Thank you for joining us in Building Your Confident Voice. And if you need help with building your confident voice, go to confidentvoices.co.za. We'll see you next week for more confidence.